Morning everyone, here's this morning's view. It's around 8:10 in the morning. I have my breakfast here. I don't know if I'll eat it here. I don't want to make a mess, but I did want to enjoy the garden when the morning light was still here. I really need this coffee. Okay, I'm gonna walk around while I have my coffee because it's a little chilly. Look at that. It's really chilly out here, you can tell by the steam coming off the coffee. And I am cold, but it's worth it just to look at this in the morning. I've been wanting to do this. If not this, I want to go up to that parking structure and look at the mountains. But, you know, I had to pick one of the two, and I picked this one because it was easier. But, they did a procedure on my brother the other day. Forgive me, I don't recall the term. It starts with an N. But where they put tubes in his back. And I remember the first urologist we spoke to, they referred to that procedure as a last-ditch effort, as the least desirable choice. And just a few days later, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna put these tubes in your back, and that's gonna help you." And so it was a bit worrying. We were both scared. But they said it'll alleviate the pressure on his kidneys. And so if it saves his kidneys, they said it's not going to be forever, then it'll be worth it, you know, and they can take that thing, the catheter, out. And he was asking about it again, you know, is it going to hurt and all that, and everyone was reassuring him, like, it hurts more going in than it does going out. And I think he didn't fully believe them because, you know, the doctors and nurses are always telling you, oh, it's not going to be so bad, don't worry. And then it's bad, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, so he's taking it with a big grain of salt, you know, and I know he's preoccupied with it. He's worried. I mean, not that it's the worst thing to get it out. I think it'll be maybe more comfortable, but it's just the pain of getting it out. He's really sensitive in that area, of course. So well, but in addition to eating his 3 regular meals, he also had a merienda, or at least an extra coffee. I got him a decaf latte yesterday, and he's able to scroll on his phone more, whereas before he didn't really have the energy to do that. So little steps, small improvements every day. And they were telling us that maybe by Sunday, that of course we have to take with a grain of salt because we didn't plan to be here right now. So you just don't know what's gonna happen. We know that this time he was going to spend healing. We just didn't know how. We thought he would be recovering from chemo right now, not from pneumonia. So we just don't know the steps. I guess that's not up to us. I don't know. My mother wants to leave this all to God, and my brother and I are more, I'm sorry, I do pray every now and then, but and sometimes I join in on the rosary in the evenings with my family online, but my mother will pray every morning, and she said it takes her 2 hours to do that, and like, I'm not gonna spend 2 hours doing that. Like, I believe here's the thing. I know she's a believer. I know she wants to leave it all to God. But in that case, if that's the case, why does she worry so much? Why does she not leave it to God in a way? You know, it's like she prays and then she tries, but then she's not leaving it to God. You know what I mean? It's like she's constantly worrying and so forth. It's like, what is she leaving to God then? I don't mean to single out my mother. I don't mean that. I just mean the process of faith. I feel like something my siblings and I have always, well, my brother and I maybe more than my other sibling, have struggled with. Like, I believe, you know, I have experienced and seen things that tell me I know there's more to this world than the physical. I know that. I just don't know if the way to access that, the way to talk to God, is through being extremely religious. Like, I will pray and all that. I believe firmly in God and heaven and hell and Jesus and all that. But I don't know. I think it does give me an anchor in a way, because I do firmly believe in the golden rule. Like, if nothing else, I remember Jesus saying, if you take nothing else away from this but the golden rule, then that's it. That's all you need. You know, treat others as you wish to be treated yourself. And I haven't always been able to follow that rule. It can be extremely difficult, especially if the more emotional you are, the harder it is to see things from other people's point of view. But that one rule has guided me throughout my life. So, was it difficult for them to move you to this chair?
No.
Good. I mean, I would have thought.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked. And obviously, they're part of the team that's going to here to teach you
Yes.
the movie and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're the parts that are going to be amazed.
I mean, I know
Yeah.
maybe mom should be taught as well, but I don't know how useful that's going to be. Honestly, like, I know I have to learn. It'll be more expedient if I just learn.
I know. Apparently, they've had 3 food vendors since January.
What? What about the food vendors in January?
3.
3? Oh, you mean this hospital? So that's why some of the food is good and some of it's not? That would explain a lot.
Those are lights.
Which one? You need a wipe?
No, those are lights.
Oh, you need the light. It's better.
I'm sorry to interrupt your breakfast.
Oh no, I just finished. I was just getting a second cup of coffee. And while I was there, I'm like, oh, I might as well get some lunch. So I got a sandwich, you know, for later. Because I just had a big breakfast of eggs, sausage, and potatoes, as usual. So when they moved you to from the bed to the chair,
Yeah.
what did they had to move some things, I assume, right?
A lot of things.
Yeah, all your tubing. But did they have to remove anything? Or
Not that I remember.
ah, okay.
Like, this may not be like our moment I remember greatly, which is why I'm like, oh sure, I should get here with the camera.
I know. Well, but they're gonna go over it again, right? Yeah. So I'll be able to. I hope they don't mind me recording them because it's just so we can watch it again.
Of course.
You know.
I mean,
So
good lord, I hope not.
yeah. Anyway, what are you eating today? Like, is this your breakfast or your?
Yeah, thankfully it's my real breakfast. Unlike yesterday where I was getting some random shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is me.
And I can't
and
tell
best
what
of all,
yeah.
they didn't have to, like, I'm, actually at, rate glucose volumes.
So you don't have.
So they didn't have to give me any insulin or anything.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been strange if you got diabetes just from a few days of steroids.
Oh, it happens though.
It does happen?
It definitely 1000% happens.
Just from a few days?
Yes. That's me how active I was beforehand and blah blah. And it looks like it looks like Vallejo will be able to they'll handle it from here.
Oh, good. Oatmeal. Oh, good. Because just in case I got you an oatmeal topped with cranberries and blueberries. So I thought that would be super healthy.
Not yet. No. I didn't hit a button. There's like should be way over there. I hope.
Ghost.
Oh, you haven't been drinking these. Well, I guess you don't really need to, but everyone keeps telling you you should. So I'm thinking maybe it's for the vitamins and all that.
Maybe.
I mean, it can't hurt. Maybe a few sips. I don't know. Maybe ask them. Why do they keep giving it to you if you don't need to drink it? Wow. So they have moved my brother yet again. This time to the 8th floor. I think back to the telemetry unit. The views from this building are fantastic. Look at that. How pretty. I love how they have artwork, like original artwork everywhere here. It just feels, it makes everything feel so much better. So I'm going to try to find my way back to the ICU to pick up the last of our luggage without getting lost. So let's see how I do. Just so I don't forget, my brother is on the 8th floor, room 825. I think that's right. If not, I'll just ask. This is the first time I've seen someone here playing the piano. I don't know about the song she's playing. It makes me sad. So I'm just picking up the last of my brother's stuff. Well, some of this is mine, of course. We will no longer be near the Starbucks. That's too bad. But on the other hand, we will have a better view, and I will have a pull-out bed. 8th floor, 825. Anyway, it was on the right side.
Insulin in the morning, knock on wood. Should be good.
My brother's hospital room was a bit too warm, to get any work done. I mean, it was making me sleepy, so I had to get out and find a cool spot to work in. So I thought I'd go back here, something with a nice view, and try to get a bit of work done. I just had an egg salad sandwich. It's pretty boring, but cheap. Another reason I wanted to go here, I have to admit, is because I need a break, you know, and I guess partly at the core of this is frustration. The fact that I know that because we didn't start Richie's chemo last Friday when it was scheduled, that means I'm going to have to stay here in the US longer, and that's more time away from my family, and I have to postpone my own surgery, and you know, I have to admit it hurts. I miss my family. I want to get on with my life and get that procedure done, start our family, but first things first. And so I'm dealing with these conflicting feelings because I realize that my mother just cannot handle taking care of him on her own. While I was gone, he just didn't get the same level of attention that I gave him, and that's because I'm not throwing shade on anyone. I'm simply saying I pay attention. I was looking at his wound and seeing how his skin and his wound changed from day to day, from morning to night. And when I came back, I saw that his skin was in really poor condition. His wound was healing fine, thank God for that, but his skin, it's like no one bothered to bathe him. No one bothered to take care of his dry skin. It's like these are just very... That frustrated me, you know, because that frustrated me, but what can you do? I put some castor oil on the parts of his skin that were so dry that it was crusty. There were parts of his skin that were so dry that it was like crust. And I'm like, why did you guys let this happen? You know, but part of it is Richie's responsibility as well. He has to say, I don't know. Maybe he didn't notice either and he doesn't mind. And it's just me who cares about that kind of thing. But, yeah, I don't mean to complain about anyone. But, my feelings are very conflicted right now. Because I am wishing, it wasn't just me. You know, he's going to get home health care. But I don't know how much. They're probably going to come, once, twice a week. I found another place to work, this time inside a Starbucks. I had to get a coffee, of course, so I just got a plain black coffee for $3. And it's super comfy in here. I needed to work inside because I needed to plug in my iPad. Here's the view from my brother's new hospital room. Yeah, they moved him yet again. But this time they moved him around 11. So there's that. And also the views. just breathtaking. This actually is a tower I wanted to go to, that I wanted to see if I could go to the very top to see those mountains. We're on the 8th floor, so I didn't have to sneak in here after all. What is that dome? I'm pretty sure it's probably a casino. I bet my mother would know. I have a feeling I'll be filming this view a lot. And here is our room now. There's my brother, he's sleeping. So he doesn't need to be in the ICU anymore. Thank God. Okay, there's his lunch. So I'm starting to make myself at home, so to speak, as much as you can in a place like this. But look at that. It's so nice just to look at that.